Okay, so we finally get to see what the three new Eagles look like in their first practice in Midnight Green at the NovaCare complex. Meanwhile, Howie Roseman makes a big time roster move that I think we all forgot. So much to break down, including Devonta Smith calling out the media for AJ Brown. Plus, Jaire Alexander had some bold things to say about how good he's going to be, and so much more. But first, I ain't never hear a player be this happy to be traded to a certain team.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was excited day one. I mean, talk to me now. Like, this is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. City of Philly's, giving me a very warm welcome. I got about 20 times the amount of Instagram likes that I ever got on the post before from the Philly fans, so shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's been great so far, getting out there practicing. I love the weather here. I love the locker room. Like, everything's awesome.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with the Eagles, do me a favor. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So the three new Eagles were out there practicing for the first time ever at Midnight Green and at the NovaCare complex. However, this practice was the first one for every player post the bye week, and the bye week came at the right time as guys were getting healthy, and it was really in the middle of the season with the 6-2 record. But ultimately, we had enough games played where you could really dive deep and see what you did well and also what you got to fix. Although right before practice, the Eagles made a huge roster move by opening the practice window for guard/center Willie Lampkin. Now, you may be thinking, who is Willie Lampkin and why is it a huge move? Well, a lot of people wanted Howie Roseman to address the offensive line prior to the trade deadline, not get a stud starter, but definitely get us some depth. But he didn't, and it was because he knew that Willie Lampkin was coming back from IR and would provide us depth even if he's on the practice squad. Honestly, I bet some of y'all forgot about him because he is a rookie, but he wasn't drafted by the Eagles. He was drafted by the Rams and had a real good preseason until he got injured. So the Rams waived him, thinking that if nobody claims him, they can bring him back to the practice squad while he rehabs and gets back to good health. And trust me, they almost got him back as 31 teams passed on him. But when it came to number 32, the Philadelphia Eagles, on the waiver wire, we claimed him. And man, oh man, were Rams fans crying. They were upset with the Eagles, cursing out Howie Roseman, talking about 31 teams let him go because they knew we wanted to sign him. It's the general principle thing to do. No, it's not. You should have did what Howie Roseman did, which was put him on IR. Because if you're on IR, it doesn't count towards your practice squad or your regular roster. And so the Rams organization tried to be slick and lost a good rookie who has potential. And now he's going to be on the Eagles as a backup, learning from Jeff Stoutland, also being able to play guard/center. For the people who don't want to see Brett Toss, maybe you don't got to see him no more. However, I got to be totally honest. The way Brett Toth played versus the Giants, sheesh, let the rookie sit and learn behind all our great O-linemen and Jeff Stoutland. But sorry, Rams, you snooze, you lose. And the reason I'm talking about Toth or Lampkin playing, because on Thursday's injury report, Cam Jurgens did not practice with a knee. He was the only one. Both Adoree Jackson and Mora Ojomo were limited participants with concussions. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, Jacorian Bennett, AJ Brown, Willie Lampkin, and Nolan Smith were all full practices. Now, of course, we got to hear from all three new Eagles after practice. A lot of good things to break down. But did you hear what AJ Brown said about Jaire Alexander?
Yeah, that's my son. No. No. We joke with each other. I'm glad he came. He's extremely funny. I always thought he was extremely funny. So yeah, I'm glad we got him.
I mean, the last time AJ Brown played him in 2024, while he was a Green Bay Packer, he sunned him, but a lot of DBs got sunned by A.J. Brown throughout his career. It's all fun and games at the end of the day. Listen what Jaire Alexander said, though.
Oh yeah, I mean it's been cool. When I seen AJ, I came up and I hugged him and I said, we not in Brazil anymore, So it was cool, man. He laughed about it, and all those guys are cool, man. It's a respect thing, that's all.
Now, granted, that wasn't in response to A.J. Brown calling him his son. It was in response to what did you say to A.J. Brown when you seen him. But you can tell there's a lot of mutual respect there, and iron sharpens iron. I expect Jaire Alexander to get more like himself. I love what he said, which we'll talk about later. We got to stick with the crazy questions around AJ.
Balls thrown over the middle. Do you feel like that is something that
I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach. Y'all asking me coaches questions. Like, if you asking me how I feel about the game on Monday, I'm ready to go. Got a good opponent, so.
Do you think this offense has just scratched the surface of what it can be through these first 8 games?
Yeah. Like I think we're headed trending in the right direction. Like, guys, I'm not a coach, so.
They're asking him questions about which routes he wants to run, if the game plan they had versus the Giants without you is good to you, just a bunch of dumb stuff. And then somebody asked him,
Is this a place you want to be?
Yeah, well, has I said anything to not be here or something like that? Yeah.
ridiculous question, but look at somebody's face and what he says.
Has I said anything to not be here or something like that? Yeah.
Bro, even Devonta Smith is like, why wouldn't this man want to be here? He's probably tired of hearing it. So what do you think A.J. Brown is? At the end of the day, I know we don't like the subliminal messages and all that, but maybe if the Philly media asked him questions they asked everybody else, he wouldn't do it. Just saying. Flipping back to Jaire Alexander, who was asked about being paired again with Christian Parker, but also was asked a couple other good questions in a row. Listen to his answers.
Oh yeah, I mean, me and CP, we've met every day I've been here, like 5 times a day. I mean, I think he's my best friend at this point. I don't know. It's been good to be back with him and get the coaching, get the technique, and get the extra work. Like we used to do.
How are you feeling physically?
Physically, I'm feeling good, really good. Yeah.
Why do you think in Baltimore things didn't seem to work out in terms of you getting on the field?
Well, I think they just had some guys they wanted to play, some younger guys, but I'm excited about this opportunity here.
So it wasn't a physical thing. You feel like ready to go.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What do you think you can bring to this, to the secondary?
Secondary. I'm just gonna bring leadership. I'm gonna bring some energy and bring some swag. Confidence, and hopefully we all can feed off one another, feed off that, and take this thing to the next level.
Now he says more about his health, which we'll talk to, but Christian Parker is already in his ear constantly since he's been there. Plus, you heard him, leadership, confidence, and swagger, which he had a lot of when he was in Green Bay. Probably a little bit too much swagger as he thought no one could touch him. However, he was asked about what he's learned from being one of the best to what's going on now.
I think I've noticed that, no matter how high you are, sometimes you can be humble, and it's about the younger guys that's coming up, because they're, obviously they're the future. So however I can affect them in a positive way, I think that's important because, they're next up. I'm also still next up. I'm still young, so, I'm just excited for the opportunity.
Talk about helping the next generation. He got 2 of them here in Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, which he said he knows both. He said he knows Cooper because they got the same birthday, and that's his guy. And Quinyon, he congratulated for being drafted to the Eagles, and he said both these guys are good already. I'm just looking to help however I can. Also, he said in the beginning of the presser that this deal was in the works for a while. So again, I think he does believe he's going to get an opportunity to start in Philly, and why not? He was also asked if he wants to prove to everybody he can get back to the Green Bay days.
That'd be nice, man, but I'm more into proving myself, you know, that I can be where I know I can be, you know, where I am. So
You have no doubts that you're still that player?
yeah, I don't have no doubts.
I don't know about y'all, but he sounds pretty confident to me. And all he got to do is be better than the 3 guys we got on the roster to eventually start. As for the most important thing he said about his injury, he was asked about coming back too early. Listen what he said here.
Rushing, I wouldn't say rushing. You know, it was an adjustment though, just because I didn't have those reps and OTAs to go through football speed. You know, it was more so like I was working out and training, but you know, once you get on the football field, you know, it's different movements, it's different type of actions that I had to go through. So it wasn't rushing, but no one really knew because I didn't do OTAs.
So how do you feel now, generally, compared to maybe a whole lot of uncertainty?
This is the best I felt.
Yeah.
When did you start feeling this way? Like, how long did it take into the season?
I would say probably around like week 3, you know, week 3, week 4, going into week 4.
The best he's ever felt. And if he really didn't start feeling good until week 3 or 4, he might have been benched already. So he never had an opportunity once he started feeling like his old self. All I'm saying is, if he's 85% Green Bay with Quinyon and Coop, hallelujah. And shout out to the person in the live stream that said he was from Philly because he spoke about it. He was born in Jefferson Hospital. His favorite team growing up was the Eagles. He named a bunch of players, plus said his mom has been a fan, even why he was in Green Bay for 7 years. And so when you got family and that's your team and you're going back home, we saw what Hassan Reddick did. All I'm saying is when you play for your hometown, things look different. As for the player who said being traded to the Eagles was the best thing that ever happened to him, Jalen Phillips, I also like what he said about why he thinks he's going to be productive with the Eagles.
What makes this the right place for you in that pivotal moment in your life and career?
I mean, you know, I think it's you gotta kind of wait and see how it shakes out. But just off the rip, you know, obviously an incredibly talented team. You know, winning culture, a great defense, great defensive scheme, great defensive front, great DBs. I think everything is just kind of matching up for, you know, me to come in and try to be as productive as possible. You know, obviously being able to be on a contender, you know, hopefully going and win another Super Bowl. So, you know, I think it's just, like I said, I'm very blessed to be here and have this opportunity.
He just listed everything I said the last couple of days on why I believe he's going to be great with the Eagles. But man, he loves Philly so much. He's talking about loving the weather. You could tell he's just happy to be playing winning culture brand football. Shoot, they even told Jalen Hurts what Jalen Phillips said.
Jalen Phillips just called this maybe the greatest thing that ever happened to him, getting traded here.
Wow.
What does that mean to you to have people recognize what has been built and want to be a part of it?
Yeah, well, those are hard words, but I know he's excited, and I think for those words to be said, he's excited about the opportunity at hand and to, you know, hopefully do something special.
Gotta love the reaction, but of course he knows that he's a dog. But Jalen said he's probably so happy because he knows he's set up for success. Lastly, let's hear from Michael Carter II. Really didn't say much, but he's happy he's an Eagle too.
Yeah, man, definitely was an adjustment. And I think, you know, it was something, I think coming here everybody's been very welcoming, you know, learning a lot. But it's been a great environment to learn in, and just a lot of fun, honestly. The guys are super tight knit, and so just being welcomed into this culture and you know, kind of learning everything about it and becoming a part of it. You know, I'm excited to be able to do that.
Not too sure when or if he will get his opportunity, but he's a dog too. He's versatile. They talked about using him at safety, and it really depends on Cooper DeJean's health and or if they end up moving him. They only move him if Jaire and the other 3 fail. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike. This is the Philly Talk Podcast. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos. Also, swipe over on the comment section, hit the hype button as much as you can. And like I always say, leave your thoughts in the comment section. I love hearing from you. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.